Let's now do some women's football news, and the GFA Executive Council has appointed now defunct Normalization Committee member Na Odofole and Madam Habiba Ataforsen to provide a roadmap for the game in the country. CEO of Rich City, Cleopatra Nketia, has been speaking to my colleague Susan Owusu-Ansah, and she filed this report.
Following the global pandemic, which brought sporting events in the country to a halt, the GFA Executive Council took advantage of the lack of activities to review the image of women's football in Ghana. In a meeting last week, the GFA appointed now defunct Normalization Committee member Na Odofole Norte and Executive Council member Habiba Ataforsen to provide a roadmap for the women's game. CEO of Rich City Women FC and a member of the Women's League Board, Cleopatra Nketia, offered suggestions on the three core things the two-member team must recommend to the association.
First of all, grassroots football, grassroots football, grassroots football. I think it's a favorite thing that any footballer likes to say, grassroots football, coaches, everybody. And the reason why I mention grassroots football is because if we don't pay attention to grassroots football, if we don't pay attention to the bottom of the food chain, if we don't pay attention to that, football isn't going to go anywhere, both in the men's side and the women's side. We are noticing that if you watch football, we're always laughing about how people are changing their age. It's because we never paid attention to the grassroots football. But I think that if we can have an army of girls who from age 5 started learning how to play football, we will start to do better when they get to the national team, when they get to the Black Queens. The second thing is the facility. Women don't have anywhere to train and play football. Of course, yeah, there are Sakura parks, there are grass pitches, there are places to play football, but it's not good. That we need the most in women's football, the marketing, the branding, the packaging. If women's football is not something that can be marketed, there's nothing that we do that can help us in any way. Fine, we have the girls playing, we have the facilities there, but if we don't brand it and we don't package it in such a way that people will be interested in it, the girls' careers will never go anywhere.
She believes there's a disparity between women and men's football in Ghana that must be bridged with the right initiatives.
The women's clubs that are trying their best, but nobody knows anything about them. I myself didn't know much about women's football in Ghana till I got into it. And I realized that, listen, there's a gap, there's a space there, there's something that's missing. And I could sit down and tweet about it and complain about how the GFA isn't doing anything, about how people aren't doing anything about it, or I can get involved myself and do what I can do about it. My last word is, well, give women's football a chance. Let's see what we can what can happen if we focus on women's football and then just try to give it a chance. So, yeah.
The Women's League second round was about resuming before the outbreak of COVID-19. The recommendations are expected to influence the image of women's football when the game resumes.